Welcome to the Astonish Introduction Series. In this video, we are going to look at the workflow creation process inside Astonish Studio. Specifically, I want to show you how to use the AI assistant to bootstrap your agents. Instead of manually dragging and configuring every single node, we are going to use natural language to generate the entire structure of our flow instantly. This is the fastest way to move from an idea to a working prototype. Let's open the studio and see how it works. For this guide, we are going to build a specific, high-value workflow, an automated GitHub PR Description Generator. We will leverage the GitHub MCP server to give our agent real capabilities. This flow will integrate directly with GitHub to fetch the PR content, analyze the code differences, and write the description for us. One quick note before we start. This agent relies on the GitHub MCP server, which should already be configured under the MCP servers section in settings. If you haven't set that up yet, check out our previous videos to learn how to configure an MCP server. To begin the design process, click on the Create Agent button. A dialog box appears where we define the agent's identity. Let's name this agent GitHub PR Description and add a short description so we remember its purpose later. Click Create Agent to proceed. This brings us to the main flow editor. As you can see, Astonish provides a default skeleton with a start and end node, and you have your manual tool palette on the right side. However, we are going to bypass the manual work. The fastest way to build is right here in the center of the canvas. Go ahead and click the Create with AI button to launch the assistant and start the design process. Clicking the button opens the AI assistant interface in the bottom right corner. Here, we provide our requirements in natural language. We are pasting a prompt that asks the agent to list open PRs, offer a selection menu, and generate a structured description based on the code changes. Once we send the command, the assistant takes over. It evaluates the request, scans the available tools, including the tools made available by the GitHub MCP server we configured earlier, and constructs the logic. In a few seconds, it automatically updates the canvas, generating the complete flow structure needed to satisfy our initial process requirement. The assistant has now generated the flow on the canvas. We can inspect the logic by double-clicking on any node. This opens the detailed view, where you can see the specific configuration, the prompts, and the tools selected, allowing you to make manual adjustments if needed. Now let's verify the logic. We will execute our first run by clicking in the Run button to confirm that the initial flow operates correctly and delivers exactly what we requested. Inside the Run dialog, we click Start Execution to kick things off. The flow begins by requesting the target repository. We will input the owner and repo name for Astonish. On the left, notice that the active node is highlighted, giving us real-time visual tracking of the execution path. At this stage, the agent attempts to use the List Pull Requests tool. It is worth noting that the AI assistant correctly identified and assigned this specific tool from the GitHub MCP server entirely on its own. After we authorize the action, the flow retrieves the data and presents a selection menu. We see one button here since we only have a single open PR, but the agent is designed to dynamically list every available PR as a separate selection option. We select the pull request to proceed. Now, the flow request authorization to access the specific PR details using the pull request read tool. By default, Astonish enforces a human-in-the-loop safety check for all tool executions. While you can configure this to auto-execute for fully autonomous workflows, the default setting ensures you always retain control over what the agent does. With permission granted, the agent analyzes the diffs and generates the summary. And here is the final result. A structured, ready-to-use PR description presented directly to the user. Let's close the execution window and refine the user experience. We double-click the first node to open its settings. To improve the phrasing without writing it ourselves, we click the AI Assist button within the node view to open the node assistant. We give it a simple directive. This is the first message to the user. Be more welcome. Share the same info and then ask the information. In an instant, you can see the prompt field update. The assistant has rewritten the instructions to be friendlier and more professional without us typing a single line of dialogue. The tone is improved, but the presentation could be cleaner. We send a follow-up command to the assistant. Use some markdown formatting. The AI processes this immediately, rewriting the prompt to include bolding, lists, and proper line breaks for better readability. We save the node configuration and click Run again to test the updated greeting. We click Start Execution once more to verify our changes. The difference is immediate. Instead of a raw text prompt, we now have a polished, professional greeting. Notice the structure. A clear, welcome header with a waving hand, followed by a concise mission statement, helping us generate structured descriptions. The bullet points clearly outline the agent's capabilities, listing your open PRs, letting you select one, and generating the final output. Finally, the call to action is distinct, guiding the user exactly on how to input the repository format to get started. This small refinement significantly improves the user experience. Next, we want to extend the flow to automate the final step. We select the Generate Description and ask another nodes, and then click the AI Assist button. We input the following command. After generating the description, ask the user if sending to GitHub is desired. If yes, submit to GitHub. If no, end the operation. Let's clarify what is happening here. This demonstrates multi-node editing. By selecting specific nodes before invoking the assistant, we scope the AI's focus. We are telling it to modify only this specific section of the logic, rather than regenerating the entire agent from scratch. As you can see, the flow has been updated with two new nodes, Ask, Submit, and Submit to GitHub, seamlessly integrated into the existing logic. We click Run to start a fresh execution. Since we are familiar with the initial inputs, we will fast forward through the repository setup and PR selection. The flow executes exactly as before, until we reach the generated description. In a second, you will see the new logic taking over. Instead of finishing, the agent now pauses at the Ask Submit node, prompting us for the next step. The agent asks if we want to proceed with the submission. We select Yes. Immediately, it prepares the Update Pull Request tool and requests final authorization to modify the live repository. With permission granted, the operation starts executing, and as soon as it completes, it will let us know that the operation was successful. Now, let's verify the impact. We switch over to GitHub and open the target pull request. And there it is. The description has been instantly updated by our agent, completing the loop from raw code to a polished, documented contribution. Now, let's leave the studio and go where production work happens, the terminal. We execute the command Astonish agents run GitHub PR Description to launch the agent. While the studio is perfect for design, Astonish is fundamentally built for headless execution. It is designed to run in CI/CD pipelines, cron jobs, or containerized environments without any UI overhead. It is worth noting that every interaction you see here can be fully automated. You can pass inputs directly via command line arguments and configure the agent to auto-authorize tools, enabling zero-touch workflows. Also, it is important to highlight how focused the execution is. Astonish explicitly restricts the tools available to the LLM at each step. By providing only the necessary tools for a specific node, we drastically reduce hallucinations, preventing the model from ever attempting to use the wrong tool at the wrong time. As you can see, the flow executes successfully in the command line, using the exact same logic we just built, with absolutely no modifications required. And that is how you go from a raw idea to a production-ready agent in minutes. We didn't just drag and drop nodes. We used Astonish Studio to architect a flow that integrates with real-world tools, refined it with natural language, and executed it headlessly in the terminal. This is the power of declarative AI automation. If you want to try this yourself, The link to the repository is in the description below. Download the binary, run Astonish Studio, and start building. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more workflows and tutorials. See you in the next video.